Kal Halal, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Wuchakodesh. Greetings to all the hopeful elects and all the good peoples out there trying to seek salvation through Yahweh Elohim, through Adonai Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. Alright, we're going to do the book of Job, chapter 23, 24, and 26. Yeah, that's how we're going to get down right now, alright? Let's get edified. Okay. Then Job answered and said, even today my complaint is big. Well, first of all, let me run it back. Chapter 23 of Job proclaims Elohim's righteous judgment, alright? Then Job answered and said, even today my complaint is bitter. My hand is listless because of my groaning. Oh, that I knew where I might find him, that I might come to his seat. I will present my case before him. I will fill my mouth with arguments. I will know the words which he would answer me, and understand what he would say to me. Would he contend with me in his great power? No, but he would take note of me. There the upright could reason with him, and I would be delivered forever from my judge. Look, I go forward, but he is not there, and backward, but I cannot perceive him. When he works on the left hand, I cannot behold him, and when he turns to the right hand, I cannot see him. Like I said, and I said many times before, the Most High rules the left hand and the right hand. He's above the knowledge of good and evil. So, you know what I'm saying? The left hand, wickedness and righteousness, both is under his banner. Now let's proceed. You know, like I said, we're dealing with the hopeful elect now, so we're not deciphering, breaking down much. You know. But he knows the ways that I take. When he has tested me, I shall come forth as gold. My foot has held fast to his steps. I have kept his ways and not turned aside. I have not departed from the commandments of his lips. I have treasured the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. Yeah, because the word is food, man. It's food for your soul. But he is unique, and who can make him change? And whatever his soul desires, he does. For he performs what is appointed for me. And many such things are with him. Therefore I am terrified at his presence. When I consider this, I am afraid of him. For Yahweh Elohim made my heart weak, and the Almighty terrifies me, because I was not cut off from the presence of darkness, and he did not hide deep darkness from my face. Alright, that's the end of chapter 23, because basically, you know, we're going to be refurbished through fire, so you have to go through you got to go through hell just to, you know, just like fine gold, man. Got to put it through the fire so it could be refurbished as fine gold, man. But most of the hopeful elect should already be knowing that. Now let's proceed. Chapter 24. Job complains of violence on the earth. Okay, kind of like, you know, hopeful elect were hastening the days and always complaining about the wicked. Now it says, since times are not hidden from the Almighty, why do those who know him see not his days? Some remove landmarks, they seize flocks violently and feed on them. They drive away the donkey off the fatherless and take the widow's ox as a pledge. They push the needy off the road. All the poor of the land are forced to hide indeed like wild donkeys in the desert. They go out to their works searching for food. The wilderness yields food for them and for their children. Yeah, you know, this is like the two-third coon jakes working hard in the economy. They gather their fodder in the field and glean in the vineyards of the wicked. Yeah, because they rejoice in all the splendors of Babylon, you know what I mean? They spend the night naked without clothes and have no coverings in the cold. They are wet with the showers of the mountains and huddle around the rock of want of shelter. Some snatch the fatherless from the breast and take a pledge from the poor. They cause the poor to go naked without clothing, and they take away the sheaves from the hungry. They press out oil within their walls, and they thread winepress, yet suffer thirst. The dying groan in the city, and the souls of the wounded cry out. Yet Elohim does not charge them with wrong. There are those who rebel against the light. They do not know its ways, nor abide in its path. The murderer rises with the light. He kills the poor and needy. Yeah, who's the murderer rises in the light? The sun, man. He rises in the morning, right? Fucking idol that deceived all the nations. It says, and then it says he kills the poor and needy, and in the night he is like a thief. Yeah, because then he hides in the night, you know what I'm saying? Goes back to the abyss, you know what I mean? And in the eye of the adulterer waits for the twilight, saying, no eye will see me. And he disguises his face. In the dark they break into houses, which they mark for themselves in the daytime. They do not know the light, for the morning is the same to them as the shadow of death. And yes, it is, because the morning light rises is the shadow of death. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge of good and evil from that fucking idol, you know what I'm saying? They gave you fucks the zodiac. Now it says, If someone recognizes them, they are in the terror of the shadow of death. They should be swift on the face of the waters. Their portion should be cursed in the earth, that so that no one will turn into the way of their vineyards. As drought and heat consumes the snow, withers waters, so the grave consume those who have sinned. The womb should forget him, and the worm should feed sweetly on him. He should be remembered no more, and the wickedness should be broken like a tree. For he preys on the barren who do not bear, and does no good for the widow. But Yah Elohim draws the mighty away with his power. He rises up, but no man is sure of life. He gives them security, and they rely on it. Yet his eyes are on their way. They are exalted for a little while. Then they are gone. They are brought low. They are taken out of the way like all others. They dry out like the heaps of grain. Now, if it's not so, who will prove me a liar and make me speech worth nothing? Whoo! Okay, man. First of all, the book of Job is strictly for those that are really into truth, man, because it comes a lot of knowledge, man, but it has to be deciphered, because Most High speaks past, present, and future, and in parables, and in tongues, and like I said, man, we're strictly dealing with the high course now, so. I don't expect me to hold your hand, because either I hold your hand or drown at this point. So we're going to finish it off with chapter 26, which is Job's man's frailty and Elohim's majesty. All right? Now it says, but Job answered and said, how have you helped him who is without power? How have you saved the arm that has no strength? How have you counseled one who has no wisdom? And how have you declared sound advice to many? To whom have you uttered words, and to whose spirit came from you? The dead tremble, those under the waters, and those inhabiting them. Sheol is naked before him. Sheol is another name for the abyss, for the pit, for hell. And destruction has no covering. He stretches out the north over empty space, northern hemisphere where the chariots come, man. He hangs the earth on nothing. He binds up the water in his thick clouds, yet the clouds are not broken under it. He covers the face of his throne, and he spreads his cloud over it. And he drew a circular horizon on the face of the waters. Whoo! The circular horizon on the face of the water is the circle of the earth, man. At the boundary of light and darkness, the pillars of heaven tremble and are astonished at his rebuke. He stirs up the sea with his power, and by his understanding he breaks up the storm. By his spirit he adorns the heavens. His hand pierced the fleeing serpent. Who's the fleeing serpent, man? The fucking powers of be the elite, man. The children of the proud, man. The children of Leviathan, the sea serpent. Another name, man, for Baal, for Satan, man. Hey, that piece of shit has a lot of names. You know what I'm saying? Indeed, these are the mere edges of his ways, and how small a whisper we hear of him. But the thunder of his power, who can understand? Ooh, Selah, Papi, your name. All right, man. See, this book come hard, man. And like I said, at this point, I shouldn't be deciphering, breaking down much, man. Read it for yourself, man. Because Job, man, is a very strong book. It's one of the oldest book actually in the Holy Scriptures. But we're gonna probably, we're gonna tap more into it, man. So I hope this was edifying, man. Glorified be the Father, Yahweh Elohim. Glorified be Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. Glorified be the Ruach HaKodesh. So I'll see everybody soon. One more video later. And with that note, shalom.